to Athletics LLC with Lamar, Lucious, Big League Chew, and my man Clyde. You're about to be schooled in all things track and field. This is experience.
Yes, sir.
We are talking past, present, future. Y'all listen up. Let's go.
Hello, everyone. Happy Olympics. Kinda, not really, but kinda. We're getting there. We're getting there. Welcome to another fun episode of Athletics LLC. This is our pre-Olympics show. So we've got some fun controlled chaos, if you will, happening for you tonight. And just as other shows have gone where we've done predictions, we'll do this round robin. We'll have our submissions. We'll update them on Twitter as we go. And we'll see where the table falls this time around. You know, it's about time I step up and make some moves. So we'll see.
The trash talk will be tremendous as always.
Right.
Let's start right here and point out that this is the first competition we have ever done where all four of us will be playing.
This is true.
So already we're off
Already,
right.
Does the winner get a brand new Pelotonia?
It needs something.
Well, let's go ahead. I'll introduce the gentlemen with me tonight. As always, they haven't changed, but just in case you happen to be new to the show, got to make sure you're familiar with who we're throwing around these names with. So, Clyde, dig in the background. How are you today, sir?
You know, new background, same results in the competition here. I will be accepting all gifts at the end of, the point score.
Oh my goodness. Sir Lucious.
I got a gift for you.
Oh my goodness.
Oh
my goodness.
We're going to talk over that comment, and I am doing absolutely marvelous, and I'm going to be my pleasure to give Clyde his first L. Well, actually, it's his second L because I did spank him in basketball already. So.
I absolutely took the L in basketball NCAA tournament, no doubt. But all things track and field, 2 years undefeated. Let's get
it. Last but not least, Lamar Pelotonia Huffins. Enlighten us with the story. So if you're fancy to social media, you know why this is so funny. But for those who aren't, please enlighten the audience.
I mean, all I know is that my spirit animal was having a conversation. I believe, I don't know if it was on the phone or via Twitter, but I know I saw it on Twitter. She was having a conversation with her father, and he asked, were she and Clyde going to get a new Pelotonia? And I'm done with all of that because I don't know where to buy a Pelotonia. I'm not sure what model of Pelotonia I should get, but I definitely feel like I need to be invested in Pelotonia shares.
You get the Pelotonia on the internets.
Internets? Yes.
Internet. That's where you will find the Pelotonia.
Yes, sir.
Oh goodness. So yeah, that had me rolling last night or yesterday. So, well, without further ado, we've made some decisions as to which events we're going to have predictions for. Some came from the audience, some were kind of directed by the tiles. But either way, we're making our best educated guesses because as COVID is done to us, it's not going to fall the way we feel, right? Or maybe the way we feel is not what the internet's telling us. So, so we'll document this. We'll document via Twitter as we go, and you all chime in as you usually do as to how wrong or how right we are. So, Sir Lucious is going to graciously help me navigate these waters as to what groups we're going to go, and then I'm going to document them, and then we'll move on from there. So,
And Chu, just a quick note before Sir Lucious takes over and leads us down this path. I've had a few audience people ask me, how we actually do this, and it's really quite simple. All the contests that we've had, we're going to pick our top 3. In this case, our gold, silver, bronze. Gold is worth 5 points. Silver is worth 3 points. Bronze is worth 1 point. You don't get to replace your if you got the medalists right, but they're in the wrong order, you get a big fat 0. So it's real simple. It's, you add them up and maybe most points win.
Pretty simple. All right, so we're going to start. We're going to go off with a bang. We're going to start off with the men's 100, and we're going to start with Clyde.
Oh, all right. Despite the interesting news in the men's 100 meters within the past week or so, I can't really bring myself to put Mr. Alex Wilson in my picks here. So I can't get into that, even though he is currently number 3 in the world. But no, this one is interesting for me. But I'm gonna go with Trayvon for the gold. If not now, win for Ronnie Baker. So I'm going Ronnie Baker for the silver. And I like Simbine, but he hasn't shown he can get it done on the biggest stages yet. And Fred Curley moved all his chips into the middle and bet on himself. I'm gonna rock with him. I'm gonna go Fred for the bronze in a U.S. sweep.
Interesting.
Pelotonia, what you got for us, brother?
First of all, I would like to, apologize for Sir Clyde that the young man's name is Simbine, not Simbine, but we'll run with it. I just want to make sure he knew his name when you called it.
Hey, if you get a minute, I'll say it right.
You know what? You are not wrong. I like look, I'm not gonna lie to you. I fought this pick probably 5 or 6 times today alone. I love Ronnie Baker and I love the way he's running. I'm gonna bet on Trayvon because he's done it more times and he's been here before. But man, I feel like this race is literally gonna be as close as there is at the end. But I'm going to say that Trayvon's going to win. Ronnie Baker's going to take second. And I'm sorry, until somebody shows me different, there's not going to be Olympic Games where Andre DeGrasse doesn't medal. So I'm going to pick Andre DeGrasse to be the bronze medalist. And that's no diss to Fred or anybody else, but they don't, when they hand out medals, Andre gets one. So I'm going to pick Andre to get third.
I like it.
Big League?
So I too have Trayvon taking the gold. So that's a little scary for y'all. I don't know how you feel about that right about now. But I do have Simbine putting it back together, even though I just saw the Monaco meet and it fell apart. So I feel as if, thank goodness it happened then, it will be better by then. So I have Simbine taking the silver and then Ronnie taking the bronze.
Interesting.
So I'm going to be total opposite from everybody here. I'm going Baker for the win, Ramel for the silver, and Lamar is absolutely right. DeGrasse is going to get a medal. That's just what he does.
I mean, when they hand him out, he gets one, does he not?
Exactly. That's just what he does. Yeah, just
look.
What he does.
It's like food at my house. Jackson's always going to eat.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so now we're going to start with Pelotonia in the women's 100 meters.
Well, I'm going to go backwards here. For third place, I'm going to pick Miss Talou because I really like what she's doing. She scares me to the point where, like, I mean, she could win or she could be fifth, but I'm going to pick Miss Talou to get the bronze. I'm going to reverse my course and I'm going to pick the Olympic champion to get silver. And I'm going to pick Elaine to actually not quite run down the most decorated women's 100-meter sprinter of all time. And I think the little pocket rocket with 4 different letters, Shelly Ann Fraser Price, is actually going to take the gold.
Yeah. All right, Big League.
I've got Gabby Thomas pulling it out.
In the 100.
Oh, just kidding. I went 200. Sorry.
See?
Wrong, wrong
See?
column.
Like spades. She said it. She should have to own it.
We
Damn
love it.
Damn it. No.
Okay.
Spades
No.
stick.
In the women's 100
100.
meters. So
Yes. I'm going.
Kaminshu. There we
I
go.
know. I'm here. I'm here.
I'm done.
So
we're going to have to change her name to
Y'all
Minor
should
League
just shut
Chew.
up and let her get that all the way out and moved on.
no, I don't too. That's what I
Did you
do.
hear that? I was throwing, that was high quality shade I threw. So we're going to have
What'd
to
you
change her name
Yeah,
to
so can
Minor
we
League
get-
Chew.
Can we get the picks, please? Come on, Big League. We got you.
So I have Miss Thompson taking first, Thompson Hurrah taking first. I have
Elaine.
Shelly Ann taking second, the silver. And then I have Miss Shrika Jackson getting the bronze.
So
So I
Jamaica
got a
sweep.
I do have a sweep.
No.
Wow.
Woo!
You know you are being chewed. That's what you do. Okay. So
I don't like to roll the waves. I go on my own waves.
yeah. So I am going to go with the 4 letters, as my man calls her, Shelly Ann Fraser Price for the
I
win.
mean,
I'm going with Elaine for the silver, and shame on you both. Dina Asher Smith is getting a medal. Absolutely getting a medal.
I don't disagree with you. I just feel,
I'm
I felt
glad.
like I had to go wild there, right? Like I went with Talou because it's a wild pick. She's probably going to get 5th.
It sounds good. It does.
It does. You know,
Okay.
like.
I feel like that's a conversation you have every year that there's a championship that she's in.
Clyde, what you got for us, brother?
Sir, I'm with you. The disrespect of Miss Dina, all inspiring, just terrible. Listen, I'd love to see Blessing get it done. I kind of feel like I did in the last segment there, if not now, when. But given the field, I can't put Blessing in there. I really like Talou, but again, given the field, I can't do it. Choose Jamaica sweep is totally plausible. I just don't see it happen. And there's no way I'm disrespecting Ms. Dina like that. So my only complication here is between Elaine and Dina, because I'm sorry, Shelly's going to win. I don't actually think it's going to be particularly close. But Elaine has shown gears that, you know, that Dina just hasn't shown to this point in her life. And so I'm going Shelly for the gold, Elaine for the second, and Dina for the bronze.
So you two have the same picks, right? You and Sir Lucious?
We do.
Mhm.
Okay.
There's no way I can beat Dina off that podium. No way.
So now we're going to go with the men's 200, and Big League gets to lead us off.
Men's 200. Look at the right list. All right.
That's
So
why
I
you shouldn't.
have.
You don't take notes. You just roll. You can't confuse your notes that way. Just go with it.
I know. You obviously don't live in my brain. So I have the young buck, meaning the newbie, winning Kenny Benderick with the gold. I have him beating Noah, and then Divine doing his job and taking the bronze. Odaduro.
Wow.
We pray for you as we speak.
Interesting.
Okay, so I am next. And so I look, for anybody that says this, I'm going completely homer on this one, and I don't care. I'm
Fair.
going Noah Lyles for the gold. I'm going Ariane Knighton for the silver, and Joseph Formule for the bronze. And
I love it.
I'm sticking with it.
I love it.
See, and this is
I
what happens is because me get to be present for conversations that are not recorded, I hear things and I'm like, I want to say Joseph Formule. But then I hear your conversations and I'm like, can't do it. So
I got to
It's
go with
all
my
his-
man, Joe. I got to go with the guys that I ride with every day.
No, for sure.
I
I mean,
hear
and again, it's not like these are bad picks.
you.
Right.
No, it's definitely not bad choices.
Okay, so Clyde, you're up next, sir.
Okay, so I believe that what you all said in the men's 100-meter segment is correct. I just feel like it's the wrong event. Andre DeGrasse is coming home with the medal, but it's going to be in this event, which, you know, most people have said or believe is probably his better of the two events. I'm not the homer in this situation, but I'm not mad at Sir Lucious's order there, actually. And I've been going back and forth on this all day, but yeah, I can't disrespect Noah. He's been there. He has his global championship. You know, he has to be the favorite, and since he hasn't shown anything to suggest that he's not, I got to go Noah for the gold. Listen, man, I'm rolling with the baby for silver. I like Knighton. I think he is, you know, unbothered by all of this, and with all the madness that is going to be in Tokyo, it would be a teenager who don't know any better to just kind of figure it out.
Yeah.
So I like Knighton for silver, but DeGrasse is coming home with a medal, and so I'm gonna have Andre in third.
Pelatonia, what do you got for?
Well, so I like your thought process about DeGrasse, but I think that the 100-meter field is weaker than the 200-meter field, and I think that's why, for once, I'm going to not have Andre come home with a medal in the 2. I do believe it's a better event, but I think he's racing better people, more of them in the 2. I'm going to pick the U.S. sweep. I'm actually going to stand on my own 2 feet with that one. Noah Lyles, Kenny Bednarik, and the young buck, Mr. Knighton.
And I'll tell you why I left Mr. DeGrasse off the podium, because he's the only one that's doubling. The rest of them have fresher legs, and the schedule is really tight.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, so I get to go first now. Women's 200. Now, we're the women's 200.
I mean,
Okay.
are we all convinced that Chu's still trying to win?
Yeah,
Yes.
she's trying. Yes, she's trying.
See, watch. It's happening.
Okay,
I'm
so
ready.
I am going to go with the U.S. champion Gabby Thomas for the win. I'm going to back that up with Dina Asher-Smith for the silver, and Miss Jackson from Jamaica for the bronze.
Very interesting.
Clyde.
I'm gonna make this simple, sir. You stole my picks, so you just go ahead and co-sign that right there, Gabby. I just don't see it. The only thing that gives me any pause is the fact that she is now apparently going to run the 100. I think that, you know, makes a little bit of a difference.
Who is?
Oh, I'm sorry. It's Prandini's in the 100, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
yes.
you can apologize to you now.
So, but yeah, no, I've had Gabby winning this thing, you know,
For
ever
a
since
while,
she,
yeah.
So Gabby for sure. I think it's interesting that we're both leaving Shelly off the podium here, but Dina is my clear number 2. You know what my hesitation here is, right? Is the Bahamian going to run?
Right.
I don't think she is. And so if she's not, then yeah, I'm gonna roll with it your way.
So I have a question.
That she ends up running, and I didn't guess that she would.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So if I pick her and she doesn't run, then what happens?
Well,
If she doesn't run, then you reach out to Chew, and we'll give you a redo.
right. So
Okay.
So I was going to re-ask that question myself, because I don't know if we made that clear in the pre-show. We did agree that is.
If you pick her and she doesn't come to the line, then you can,
Insert.
She doesn't meet the starter for the prelims.
for the prelim, but you have to make this call before the semi starts. You can't wait till the semi to make this call. Pelatonia.
Okay. All right. So since we're doing that, I'm gonna revise. I'm gonna revise.
Wait a minute.
No,
Right.
I wanted clarity. I'm
How
gonna
you
revise.
revising already? Come on, man. That's like we're playing spades. You doubled down. You're in trouble.
No, Chew got to renege. I'm reneging.
I was like,
No. She was on the wrong. She was on the wrong
wrong.
pick, and she stopped after one wrong pick. You want to take the whole picks and then come back again. You're stuck. No, you're staying with your pick.
Can I just say one thing real quick?
Tell
Like,
Tony, pick back your picks, please.
I wrote down 3 names, right? And then next to them, I wrote 4 names. And I swear to God, I could pick any of the 3 names in this list.
Yes.
Let's get to picking, sir.
I think the women's 200 is the most stacked event that there might be in the damn meet. Okay. Oh God. Look, I've changed this one like 15 times today. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it like this. Assuming that Miss Miller Weibo runs, I'm going to say that she wins. Dina Asher Smith is second, and Gabby Thomas is third. Now, the question I have is this. If she doesn't run, do I have to replace, does the person
she doesn't run. You got to move those 2 up and then pick another.
Okay, for third though, right?
Exactly.
Okay,
Yeah.
I was just making sure I didn't have to pick somebody else to win. Do you see what I was asking?
No. You just
Okay.
move those 2 up and you pick another third place. Yeah.
I am more than good with that. I can even tell you who it's going to be, but I'm good.
That's okay. Okay. Chew. Big League. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
So,
I
want,
go ahead.
but so wait a minute. I want my bronze. I want my bronze back.
Oh Lord, give this man his bronze back so he can quit complaining.
Okay.
Who's your bronze? Come on.
So Gabby for the gold, no matter what. Dina for the silver, no matter what, and I want Shanae for the bronze, assuming she runs.
So our picks are exactly flip-flop from each other. Same 2,
Mhm.
and then 3 and 1 are
If she doesn't
flip-flop.
run, we're both going to be re-picking a bronze. I'm just calling her to win it, to not win it straight up, and you're saying she wins it if she runs.
Correct.
Okay. Big League.
Okay, so I've got Gabby winning, Elaine Thompson in second, and Shelly Ann in third with the bronze.
Again, the disrespect to Dina Asher Smith is crazy.
I don't know who's worse, you with Dina or him with Joe Kovacs. I'm sorry.
Hey, it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm going to say this again.
But I'll answer that for you.
I'm still flabbergasted at the fact that Big Homie's not on the team. I am.
We all are.
We are all flabbergasted by that, but that's a whataboutism. That ain't got nothing to do with your disrespect to Kovacs. And the answer to your question, Sir Lucious, is Lamar's disrespect of Kovacs is worse because he's an American. At least Chew is disrespecting the foreigners.
Wow, that's so terrible. Look, if we're just gonna call it what it is, what happened to Big Homie is what I thought was gonna happen to Kovacs. Like I thought Big Homie was gonna be second and Kovacs was gonna be in third and get third snatched from him by somebody else. That's what I thought was gonna happen.
We're gonna call it what it is. You were wrong. So let's move on.
But I never said I wasn't wrong.
So we're gonna move on to Clyde and the men's 400-meter dash. Now
this should be spectacular. This should be good.
The men's 400. One of the harder events, I think, to pick this year because it's just been so all over the place. God. Is it fair to say that no one in this event looks amazing right now?
It's fair.
I mean, that's totally up to you.
Like, man, there's so many things I really want to do here. But
is one of them pick?
No, I'd actually prefer not to have picked this event at all. To let this one out, I would have been good with that. Look, I'm a fan of Michael Norman. I believe in Michael Norman. This is his moment. I think he's going to capitalize on it. I'm going to go with Michael Norman for the win. God, no one really knows what's going on with Van Niekerk. No one knows.
Hey, this is not a search and discovery channel. This
I
is
mean,
pick
Hey,
'em.
this could make or break the competition.
Well, then
That's
let's make
how
it.
here.
but then you should have spent more time doing research. You should have made some calls to South Africa or Florida or wherever you needed to call and get your answers.
Nah, I'm gonna go with Stephen Gardner for silver, and Michael Cherry for the bronze.
Okay. Lamar.
I'm going to go with Michael Norman for the gold, Mr. Gardner for the silver, and I'm going to pick the young buck who has the fastest last 100 of the group, and I'm going to pick Mr. Ross to get the bronze.
Not a bad pick. Not a bad pick.
Big League.
I've got Michael Norman. I have the young buck winning because of his naiveness, or taking second because of his naiveness. So Randolph Ross in second, and then Stephen Gardner for the bronze.
Well, I'm gonna definitely mess up some stuff here. I'm going with Gardner for the win.
I knew for sure you were picking Gardner.
Yeah, we all knew he was going.
Yeah. Norman for the silver, and Zambrano for the bronze.
That's a very good and interesting pick.
I would agree with all of that.
Zambrano was on my list. Like none of us, for the record, none of us said a word about Karani, which could prove to be an error.
Yes, it
And
could.
none of us,
It could easily prove to be an error.
Yeah.
and none of us really. I mean, I said Wade, but I didn't believe it. Like no one knows. Like it's
And
really hard.
I didn't pick this young man, but I say Michael Cherry is the wild card for me.
Yeah, that's why I had to put him in there. I had to put him in there. He looks too good. He's in the best shape of his life, racing really well. I had to put him in there.
Okay, so now we will lead off with Lamar Pelotonia with the women's 800.
Ooh, you know, I actually feel really good about this one. We're gonna. I mean, listen. There's nothing on this planet that was gonna convince me that Think Mo is not winning, so I'm gonna pick her. The only thing that could possibly convince me and scare me is how good Almanza looked at what's wrong with me?
Stockholm.
Stockholm too. The other one, Monaco. Yes. And I'm gonna pick Mura for third because I think she's got third written all over her.
In a good way.
Yeah, like I think no matter what happens, like what I'm saying is I think the way she is racing, no matter what happens up front, she is gonna run by somebody in the last 40 meters to get third. It's probably gonna be Natoya Bull who is gonna go out with a Thing Mo because she's crazy and she's gonna fall off the face of the earth with 30 meters to go, unfortunately, because she's a soldier and she'll run like that. But I think Mura is gonna get third because I think she's built for that.
Okay, Big League.
So I have Bull taking the gold and I think Mo taking silver. Just seeing how that race went in Monaco.
You have who taking the goal?
Natoya Gold.
You wrote that down?
I do.
She did write that down.
I did.
Yeah, so you got Gould taking the gold, Mo for the
Mo
silver,
taking
and who
silver.
Mo, I'm sorry. I missed Mo.
And then Miss Muir taking the bronze.
Wow.
I do.
So
That race
okay.
I watched it recently.
Don't talk her out of it.
No, I'm not changing it.
No, it's already locked in. Y'all talk about the disrespect.
Hold on a second. Hey, it's gonna get worse before it gets better. It's what has always happened.
And you know what? The way she raced, I was very impressed. Now, what makes me make that flip, because I originally wrote it down the other way, is yes, she has really good racing experience, Miss Mo does, but this is, I mean, everyone said it. The Olympics are the Olympics, and you can't prepare for like the highlight of it. So just being as young as she is, I'm taking that in consideration.
Sounds good. I'm just trying to figure out how Almanza is not on the minutes, but
Yeah, that's disrespectful.
That's disrespectful at the highest level of
At the highest
disrespect.
level. Yeah, because she's the second fastest woman in the world. But hey, let us not regress, right? So actually, I'm picking Almanza for the win. So
And honestly, that was what my brain said. But I was like, you know what? I've been on the Mo train. I got to stay on the Mo train.
and so I'm gonna go with the Miss Mo for second, and then I couldn't pronounce his name. Get it you?
Get it,
Yeah.
you, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
get
yeah.
Yeah, for third.
So
All right, Sir Clyde, Mr. Clyde.
obviously, this event is not my forte.
Excuses will get you nowhere.
No, I'm leaning into my explanation of my picks. This is really
Okay.
very simple. There's one woman in here that's done what she's done without the rabbit, and that's Mo. I'm rolling with Mo. She's ready. She ain't scared. I'm rolling with Mo. I think Almanza for second would be disrespectful not to do that. I'm gonna go with that. And I agree. I agree with Mr. Huffins from a experience and strategy and whatever happens in the race, it is what it is. Laura Muir is gonna find her way to the podium.
She does.
Just everybody that's rolled out on this, if you look at the world list, anybody who's rolled out on it has done it, in some kind of professional setting with rabbits, except for Miss Mo. So I'm rocking with that.
Okay. Another interesting one, led off by Big League this time, the men's 1500.
I just want to say for the record, if I could go pop popcorn and eat it for these picks right here, I would definitely do it, because this is going to be the most entertaining part of the show tonight.
Indeed. Go ahead and give it to us. We're waiting on it. Just go ahead and say it.
I mean,
For
this
sure.
is literally, this is just from the list because I have no clue. So all
No,
my,
don't go with your gut. Don't go chalk.
no, I
Your
know,
gut is-
that's what I'm saying. I looked at the names and it felt good. So that's why I did it. So all my distance friends,
I'm loving this.
I mean, I'm going to say it out loud. That's what it is. So all my distance friends, we can have conversations after this and you can educate me. So I've got Chariot winning the gold, Inger Brixton winning silver, and Katir winning third, bronze.
Okay.
Do you guys all play fantasy football?
Shut up. I'm just going to say that right now. Shut up.
You know how somebody goes on auto pick and they end up with a really good team? That just happened.
No, I have some inclination as to what it is. Well, I see something blue behind me. That's really scary. Okay.
That just happened.
So
Did you see that get thrown at you?
I'm going to go with Chariot for the win. I'm going to go with Lamar for second, and I'm going with Josh Kerr for the bronze.
Okay, I like it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Who was second?
Lamar?
Lamar.
Me. Ethiopia. Gotcha.
Is it on me or is it on Clyde?
That's on Clyde,
Okay.
and then you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I'm rolling with Chariot for the gold for sure. Man, 1500. I like the Lamine dude actually. I don't follow, the Ethiopian crew very much, but I've seen him run a few times. I like him. I'm gonna roll with him for second, and I'm gonna take Inga Britson for third.
Can I just say for the record that sprint, speed and power people picking distance races literally needs to be a show, because we are spectacular. Okay, I'm going to pick Chariot to win, Inga Britson for silver, and I'm picking Cole Hawker to get the bronze.
Somebody did it. I thought it'd be two, but somebody
I absolutely friggin' did it. Listen, I'm going to say this right now. I've been watching the Olympic 1500 since 1984. I watched 80, but I can't tell you how it happened. But every single one of those, there's been a guy that's won a medal, sometimes a gold, sometimes a bronze. there's been a guy that's won a medal who was just faster than everybody the last 200 meters. That's Cole Hawker. Like, I think he's going to run the worst tactical race of anybody in the final. I think he's barely going to make the final because of his tactics. But if he's in the final and he's on the track, he's a problem.
Hey, I like the pick. It's gutsy. I think we're all rooting for to see Americans on the podium. I would love to see this. I would love to see it. And I think if it's for whatever reason, a tactical race, I'm right there with you. But that would be foolish.
I can tell you right now, if it's a truly tactical race, he's gonna win. Like, if they go out slow, they're stupid.
Because
that dude's faster than all of them.
No, I get you on that. I just, if they're running this race in the 328, 329, 330 range, I don't see Hawker being able to.
He's not a factor in that range.
So not in that range. I agree, in that range he's not.
Okay. But so next one, this falls on me, and it's now the women's 100 hurdles. I mean, this one's kind of, it's not a tough one, but it's an interesting one. I think you got Miss Quinn, who's been setting the world on fire all year long. This is her big shot. I think she's going to knock it out of the park. So I'm going with Miss Quinn for the win. I think Kenny Harrison jumps out and fights her all the way down the track for the bronze. And then I'm going to roll with Christina Clemens for the great comeback story for the bronze.
Well, I don't know if it's my turn, but I have the same picks.
It's not. We'll get to you in a second. Clyde?
I would say I believe it's on me. Look.
You're terrible, Lamar.
He is. I mostly agree. Here. All evidence says it's Jasmine Camacho Quinn's time, and so I'm rolling with her. I'm not sure it's going to be particularly close at the end, but I'm rolling with her. I think Kenny is going to be a clear second in that race. So Kenny Harrison for the second. The interesting race to me is the bronze, because there's like the whole rest of the field could get bronze. I mean, anybody who makes this final can come out of there with a medal, because the hurdles are just like that. This one's actually really tough, but based on what I saw in Eugene, I'm rolling with Gabby Cunningham for the bronze. I'm rolling with Gabby Cunningham for the bronze.
Pelatonia?
I cheated off Sir Lucious's paper, evidently. I got JCQ, Kenny, and Christina Clemens, and I too agree with Clyde. Like, I think third, fourth, fifth are going to be thousandths of the second. Like, it's going to be 12, 51, 51, 51, and they're going to be thousandths of a second. And I think Christina's going to win in a lean for third, probably over the Jamaicans and maybe Gabby. Like, I agree with Clyde completely. Like, I think Kenny is clearly better than everybody in the field except Jasmine. I think Jasmine is clearly the only one who can beat Kenny. And then after that, it's straight turmoil. And I picked Christina just because she has beat most of them more times than not. And
I mean, the Brits, the sisters.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, it's a mess.
And I'll be honest with you, some of my picks were based on the fact I thought you were going to pick the Brits. I was trying to find a way to get some sneaky points here.
Hey, every little point counts, right?
Yeah, Big League, what you got for me, girl?
My gold and silver are the same as you guys. Is Camacho Quinn and then Miss Harrison taking those two places. But I have Toby Amusan taking the bronze.
Chalk. Straight chalk. It's not a bad pick because Toby can run, but it's straight chalk for you.
It is straight chalk.
Okay. So now we're going to go to Clyde to lead off this event, the men's 400 hurdles.
Here's the question. Does he pick John Wick, his guy, or does he pick the Viking? Here's the question.
There's no universe where I'm not picking John Wick. Okay.
Okay.
If I'm going down with the fight I started years ago. John Wick, aka Rai Benjamin, will be the Olympic champion, and when the dust settles, he will also be the world record holder. The question is by how much? Warholm will be second. I think it'll be an epic race. After that, it gets really interesting. Dos Santos has been really, really, really consistent. And I'm probably going to regret doing this. But if the boy could just keep himself together and ignore what's going on in front, like understand you're running for the medal, not for the win. I'm going with McMaster for the bronze. And he can get it and he should get it. Just ignore what's going on up there and focus.
Lamar, what you got, brother?
I too picked John Wick because I just don't believe that he's going to leave there without a gold medal. I don't think there's any planet where the Viking gets beat by anybody other than Rai Benjamin. And, you know, Laura Muir and Mr. Dos Santos have a lot in common. Like, they're used to getting third. They know how to do third. They know how to ignore all the nonsense ahead of them. And I don't believe McMasters will be able to ignore the chaos and crazy that goes in front of him. Dos Santos has seen that several times, and he's good with third. So I'm going to go with those three.
Okay, what you got, Big League?
I too have Rye and Carson taking gold and silver, respectively, but I have Mr. Samba taking the bronze.
I like it. Ignoring the season list.
Not a bad pick. It's not a bad pick.
Okay,
Definitely
so
not a bad pick at all.
pretty boring for me. Benjamin Warholm Dos Santos.
Get it.
Now, the real excitement begins, led off by Lamar, the women's 400 hurdles. Oh, this is going to be good.
So I'm not going to lie to you. The easiest pick was Bowl for third. The next two, I've changed this answer no less than 30 times today. And I think in the end, I couldn't decide between the two athletes. And so I ended up choosing between their two coaches. So I picked the greatest to ever do it, and Bobby. So I have Sid for the gold, Delilah for the silver, and Miss Bowl for the bronze. And the one thing I will take all of my money and bet on is that the world record in women's 400 hurdles gets clapped to death.
Yes.
Jeez.
Like, I'll be honest with you. I think the women's 400 hurdles record and the men's 400 hurdles record are going to go to a place where everybody was like, wait, huh? No, that's not a thing. I think that's where it's going. I think the women's 400 hurdle record is going to go someplace dumb, where the numbers when they finish are like this. Nobody ran that fast over hurdles.
Kind of dumb already at 51.90. I'm just saying.
I know.
It's just going to
But
get dumber.
right, but what do we do if they're like 50.94 to 50.98, right? I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying, like, when you have two people that every time they race, world records happen, like, that's just where the crazy happens.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I picked Sid over Delilah.
All right, Big League.
I have the 1 and 2 inverted. I've got Delilah winning, Sid taking silver, and Bull taking third, bronze.
Okay, so I'm going to totally upset the apple cart here.
Oh, don't you do it.
Just bear with me.
Oh, if he does this to me, I'm going to be so upset. Go ahead.
I apologize. I like to upset you, apparently. But, I mean, I'm not going to do it that bad. So I'm going to go with Sid for the win. I mean, I'm not betting against Bobby Kersey. I'm not that crazy. But I'm going with Miss Bowl for second and Muhammad for third. Hey, it's just the way it fell, Clyde. Come on, man.
Damn it, man. I wanted to make that news. That is exactly my picks.
I mean, I think those are cute. I just don't think there's any way it happens.
We might feel the same way about you.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
That's
why this show is awesome.
I wonder how many
Order-
people are
You know what's
yelling at
funny?
us right now.
You know what's funny? The only person I was worried about snatching that pick from me was Lucious. He's the only one. But respectfully, and he knows this, we see a lot of similarities about this event often. This ain't the first time we have agreed on something before people were ready to accept it. I'm right along on that train. Bowl second, Muhammad third, and I think Sid destroys her own record, puts it somewhere near, much closer to 51-0 than 52-0.
Okay. So now we have
The deck.
the deck.
The decathlon.
And
Bum, bum, bum.
wait a minute, Clyde, you just went last?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
me.
It's Big League, yeah. And I'm sorry, I'm not prepared for the deck. I apologize.
No one is
dis-
ever prepared for the deck.
I mean, history's told us it doesn't matter who thinks we're projected. A no height's a no height, and
Oh wow, don't say that word.
you can't come back from a no height. I didn't assign it to anybody. I just said it's out there. So I've got Mr. Meyer winning the gold, Damian Warner taking the silver, and then Karel Tilga taking the bronze.
Wow.
Wow, that's right. Okay, it is what it is. So I mean, you can't bet against Meyer, right? It's just not allowed, right? It's just not. It's not a thing. I don't know how you bet against Damian Warner, and I'm going with Garrett Scantling, who just happens to actually coach Mr. Tilga a little bit and spanks him on a regular basis. So we're gonna go with Garrett Scantling for the bronze. Clyde?
Clyde.
Oh, that's up to me. For strategic reasons, meaning I'm trying to win this game, I'm gonna just roll right along with Sir Lucious's picks there. And no matter what, I'm not gonna lose any ground in this event.
Well, you're definitely gonna lose ground because I'm gonna be winning, and my picks are different than both of yours. I definitely do. I definitely think that you can bet against Mr. Meyer. And I'll say this: Damian Warner has paid his dues and paid his dues in spades. Like, this dude has had 4 or 5 of the I'm about to wins, and somebody punched him in the face, or he no-heighted, or something crazy happened. And I think he's finally got it right. I'm going to pick Damian Warner for the win, Kevin Meyer for silver, and Garrett Scantling for bronze, because I think Garrett Scantling is better than everybody else besides those two. It's an interesting It's an interesting competition for third. Like, if you study the deck, it's a very interesting one. But I think when I looked at it, I felt like Garrett Scantling had the best opportunity to come close to reproducing the marks that he produced for his PB than the guys that are kind of around him. Pierce from Canada, Tilga, Michael Weibo. I think those guys are all in the mix for that bronze medal, but I think that Garrett Scantling I like the fact that Garrett Scantling is the best javelin thrower in that group, like that group of people for the bronze.
Okay. All right, so we finish up with the women's hammer, and I believe I go first.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm
waiting for the pronunciation. Let's get it.
Okay, I'm going with Price for the win. And that was easy to pronounce, by the way. And I'm going with the young lady from Poland for second.
That's the one I was waiting for.
So how do you pronounce that, sir?
The W is a V. The rest of it is just like it sounds. It's Vlodarczyk.
Vlodarczyk.
Yes, like VL, Vlodarczyk. Yes.
Vlodarczyk, yeah.
Yes.
I had it the whole time.
Yeah, locked in. For
So
sure.
Price, Vladarchik, and I'm going a little homer on this one. I'm going with Miss Rogers for the Browns.
Dang.
Yeah, Miss Rogers for the Browns. All right, Clyde, you're up.
I'm definitely going Homer, but it's more than that. I just believe in Cam Rogers and Mo Satara. Like, they figure it out every time, and if somebody's gonna go there and step their game up for a medal, I will bet on Cam Rogers every time. So I got Cam for the bronze. I got Brooke Anderson for the silver, and I got Deanna Price for the gold.
Wow, I like it.
Lamar.
I have Miss Vladarchik for the gold, Miss Price for the silver, and I too have Cam Rogers for the bronze. For all of the reasons given earlier, I do believe she's going to win a medal.
Big League.
Okay, so I do have Miss Deanna Price winning the gold. I then feel like she is fueled with fire. So something is going to explode. So Miss Gwen Berry is going to take the silver and then Cam for the bronze.
I would love to see that. I would love to see you nail that pick.
Yeah,
I would.
Like, I'll be honest with you, I'm rooting for that. Like, I want to win, but I'm rooting for your picks.
Like it's just my heart wanting it for Gwen Berry to like have all this poop that's happened, all these things that have said for her to do it. Do I think she can pass Deanna Price? No. So next to that silver. So I want that to happen. So that's a heartfelt pick.
From a fanhood, I really want to see this on national television. I am rooting for Gwen Berry to get on the podium somehow, some way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
well, that does it for our pick'ems. I think that you guys did a wonderful job as always, and then we'll see who's crying in the milk in 2 weeks. So
Well,
So we
that'll
discussed
be you, but
that'll be who?
crying too. But
I don't cry, I throw stuff. So get ready to feel things get thrown.
Okay, we'll see who's throwing stuff in 2 weeks. Let's put it that way.
I see.
So we had talked about it, and I apologize. I probably checked out when we actually answered it. Are we going to have this tiebreaker call or no? No,
I don't know why we wouldn't.
because so Lucious said
Because
no.
you picked the tiebreaker event. That's why.
I'm the EP.
the EP said, look, the EP said he wanted his tiebreaker weird thing. Just give it to him. There ain't gonna be no tie anyway. The game is
I mean, it
too
is almost certainly not going to be a tie.
Let's go ahead and give it to him. The what was the tie? We're picking the winning score.
winning
The winning
score of the
score of the heptathlon gold medalist.
Well, that's fair.
Okay.
I
So
mean,
I'll just go ahead. I'm gonna. We don't have to give the name or anything. Just the
No,
score.
Nope,
just the
just the
numbers.
score.
Okay, so I'm gonna go 66-90.
Okay.
Is it Chew?
No, it's you.
Okay. 68-75.
Oh wow.
68-76.
See, this guy.
That's
Neffy
that Price
TM.
is Right. That's that Price is
Neffy-
Right.
Neffy
You know
TM.
what? 68-76.
I'm not even mad at you for that. That was
Hey,
that was a
playing the Price is Right,
bright
baby.
that was
Playing
a
the
bright
Price is Right.
strategy.
That's why I asked if going over mattered, because if it did, I was just gonna pick one.
I am going to go with 67-88.
I thought for sure she should say 68-76,
No,
77.
no.
What'd you say, Chew? 60 what?
67-88.
All right.
So, all right. They're documented. They are documented. So
There will be ties.
I know this is funny. Yeah, we're not going to speak any of the other potentials that'll come into affect this. So moving on. I'll be honest. I didn't prepare a rapid fire because I was so enveloped with making these picks.
We can skip.
You know what that means? That means that it's time to put you on rapid fire. That's all
absolutely.
Oh God.
That's all that means.
Okay, so who's gonna lead this charge? Okay.
I mean,
I think if each one of us go bang, 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 that's 6 questions.
Yeah, we
right?
each of us throw her 2 questions and we're good.
Okay.
So, I'll go first with question number 1, and then I'll roll back to question number 4, I guess.
Right.
Okay. Question number 1. Big League, if you were to win an Olympic gold medal, what would be your celebratory meal?
I thought you were going to ask me in what event. In paper writing.
He didn't recruit you, so right.
I know, right?
See, okay, can we not? Golly.
In administrative assistant. My celebratory event would be a cowboy ribeye, 24 ounces, mind you, because it's bone in. A twice baked potato and asparagus.
That actually sounds amazing.
Right? I'm so hungry right now. Anybody can send me that at any time. I will devour that and I will record it for you all to watch.
Oh my
God. Fans of you should already be well aware of your tremendous involvement with USATF coaching education. And we all know these programs to be, useful and awe-inspiring. What's the worst part about doing coaching education?
As an educator or as a student?
As the teacher. What is the worst thing about teaching?
I have to pick my answer correctly. I would say the worst part is having to always be on. That's the biggest part. So in person, I haven't been blessed enough to be doing an in-person class yet, but knowing how I always have to be on for Zoom and then assuming what it would be like if I'm staying in a dorm on campus, can't go to the bathroom without someone stopping me. I'm mentally preparing myself for this when that happens. But I think it's also one of the greatest things because you feel wanted. People want to know what you're talking about, or what your thoughts are on something. So I think it's a blessing and a curse, but honestly for me, because people exhaust me and people won't really know that about me. I really get exhausted by people. It would drain me, but it's also the best part of it too. So blessing and a curse for sure.
Yeah, you've had a long day. Come home, kick your shoes off. Ready to watch a little TV. What's in the cup?
Tea. A mug of tea. That's what it is.
Okay.
I'm an old lady. Yeah, no, what'd you say?
Type of tea.
What type of tea? Right now I'm on an Arbonne kick and I drink a detox tea. And usually if I'm drinking something at night, it's a detox tea, usually because I've eaten something pretty crappy in the day, like a cowboy ribeye with a stuffed baked potato and asparagus. So I need to help move things along.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
All right. What you got, Lamar?
Mine's pretty simple. A lot of things have happened to a lot of people, since and during the pandemic. What's the best thing that has happened to you since the pandemic started?
So that's hard because everyone, I think the outside would say, oh, you started Coaches Club. Oh, you're a host on LLC. Oh, look at these 3 tiles. Does it really get better than that?
much.
But like some of those things are scary to me. The part, and I have a hard time receiving compliments if you haven't heard that already, just through conversation and whatnot. Stop it. The compliments are really nice, because I close myself off from them very often. Like I don't let them happen. I don't refute them. I just don't let them happen. So now that social media like can throw them at me without me blocking them, that's been very nice to receive, whether I want to or not, because they're coming for people who don't necessarily know me and have just seen my actions and hopefully the purity of my heart. But yeah, so the compliments have been the best, because then I know that I'm actually doing something right by the world.
I had a really good one, and I promise you, it just blanked out while you was on your little ramble right there. I lost my question completely. Lord.
Would you like
Okay.
Sir Lucious to go first?
No. Actually,
Okay.
I got a better one. It just came into my head. There has been some news about the athlete accommodations in Japan. Now, we don't know how much of this is true or fake news, but when you saw said news, what was your first reaction to cardboard beds?
For real, it's Japan. It's not a U-Haul box. It's going to be like a particle board. It's going to support. They're like, you know what I mean? Like, so here's legitimately, this is my thought process. Because they want to be able to be eco-friendly and not have a whole bunch of trash and things that are going to be like sellable and whatnot. Like you can dispose of cardboard, right? So they made it soft enough to like dispose of, but sturdy enough to withstand body weights and whatnot. So I think it's more than what they're displaying it to be, and they took it to the simplest of definitions. So I believe in my Asian people to not be skimpy, but to be ergonomic, not ergonomic, environmentally safe. I don't know what word I was thinking of.
There is no cardboard that can hold throwers.
I mean, maybe they're doubling up. I don't know. It's Japan. It's Japan. They sleep in cubes. Okay. They legitimately sleep in cubes. Bento boxes. Bento boxes don't fail you.
Sir Lucious, save us
I will
all.
applaud you for the most professional answer possible to that.
Yes,
question.
for sure.
And you lied. That wasn't your first instinct.
It was.
Go ahead.
I have no idea how to follow up that nonsense, to be honest with you. But I think I just want to know if, okay, what's the most exciting relay race you've ever witnessed in person?
Oh, you guys are not gonna like my answer.
It's just true, unlike your last answer. So go ahead.
It's the big man relay that we had.
Why would we like that answer? That's a great answer.
Because it's not a fun I mean, like it's so entertaining, and I'll be, you know, like back in the HOW, back in the WAC, the transformation of the conferences we competed in at Hayward, our throwers, like, I mean, we were of the school of flight. Throwers don't sprint, but they have sprint mechanics and their force applications and blah, 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 all those things, right? All the new age throwing things that people are coming into form right now. So our sprinters, I mean, our throwers ran. And so you got 6'5", 6'7", 6'2", 6'1", running the oval. Now, granted, like it was a good 30 minutes before they got up once they passed the baton, but they moved and we scared people. Like imagine it was 3 Tongans and dang, I can't remember what. Dang, an ethnic.
The big man.
Yeah, right. And it's the big man relay. And swear to Jesus, every time they'd be like, dang, Hayward's here. They would be, oh.
That's a fantastic answer. And I think we all understand in the realm of college why the big man relay has fallen by the wayside. It ain't worth the risk. But it is epic to watch.
Seriously.
And some of the best track and field theater you will ever see if you can somehow convince your crew to run it. Is big man 4x1. If anybody has tape of it from UCLA times, any of Art Venegas's crew that did it, it was wild, and I'd love to watch it again. So
seriously,
I rock with you on that.
I love it. I'm gonna have to dig up and see if we have any film on it. And those guys are just beasts. So yeah, that's my answer.
All right, you're good.
All right. Well, let's bring my heart rate down and do some heartbeat props. So I'd like to go first just because it's on my mind and I don't want to forget about it. And it's the shirt that I'm wearing and Clyde's question. We are in basically the middle of level 2 this week. My heartbeat props go out to all the students who are in classes right now, AKA coaches, and some even we've got some student athletes who are wanting to better themselves. You know, I'm all about that life because when we bring up, and this is cliche, and all 3 tiles say this at different points with different words, when we bring up the bottom, the top always rises. And so that's what we're doing. The more educated, I'm not saying like this is gold and this is the Bible. I'm saying you're learning more. You're developing your own, not principles, but ideas from these principles and concepts that we're speaking of. And so the more we get this out there, the more educated and more better foundationally based our sport becomes, as opposed to that looks good, go. So shout out to all of you who are sitting on Zoom until Friday. Keep it up, don't stop learning, and thanks for enduring us.
I'll go next. I want to give my heartbeat props to you. We talked a little bit last week about the coaching carousel and the people that are out there that are actually landing, new jobs, dream jobs, wonderful jobs. But I want to give my heartbeat props out there to the people that have been affected negatively by this, the people that have lost their jobs, that are not sure what's around the corner for them. So my heartbeat props goes out to those people. You're good coaches. You're fantastic people. Keep your chins up, and you're gonna land on your feet someplace. As my man used to say, don't ever give up. Don't ever give up.
Well said, sir. Well said. I'll go next so we can let the EP close it out. The games are upon us, and one of my favorite things in international competitions, or any competitions for that matter, is my favorite event is the 4x1 relay. And a lot of attention gets paid to, the American narrative or the America versus Jamaica narratives. And all of that is cool and well-deserved to be said. But my heartbeat props actually go out to Stephen McGuire and Team Great Britain and whomever is the coach or coaches of the Japanese national teams, because they get it. They do it really, really well a lot of the times, often the times. And if you're they very rarely step on the track with the 4 fastest humans on paper. But if you want to, watch precision 4x1 running, watch Team GB and watch Team Japan. And no matter who's on the track, please believe that they're a threat, because their execution is usually flawless. And as a fan of the sport and as a coach, I love seeing that kind of stuff. So Stephen McGuire, Team GB, and the Japanese national teams. I'm rooting for Team USA, but I'm sure you're going to be in there causing a lot of havoc.
Oof. My heartbeat props go out to 2 groups of people that are about to face turmoil with greatness on the other side of it. My heartbeat props go out to all the minor leaguers who are currently toiling away, immediately having followed the draft, because they're not sure whether they're toiling in earnest or whether they're not going to have a job. And to all of those who are currently packing bags and getting ready to embark toward the Olympic Village in hopes and earnest of trying to pursue the greatest prize on the planet, which is Olympic gold, silver, and bronze. I will say this, I have both tried to win a medal and won a medal, and there is no difference. And I think that people need to recognize that. We struggle with that concept in the United States. Everybody who is getting on a plane right now or gonna pack to get on a plane within the next couple of days to go to the Olympics and represent their countries, they should all be praised, because trying to win an Olympic medal for your country is really, 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 really difficult and really, really honorable. So my heartbeat props go to both all the minor leaguers currently and all those who are endeavoring to try to win medals at the Olympics.
Awesome. Thanks.
Small piece of Olympic trivia. I want to make people smarter. I know many people have always wondered why the Olympic rings are the colors that they are. At least one of these colors is represented in every single flag on the planet. Huh. Now you know.
Got it. Nice. Well, thank you for that. We said that on recording. Gosh darn it.
You did.
So, Sir Lucious, we know you're on your way out. Safe travels to you, sir.
Okay.
May you be the leader that we all know you to be. And we're excited. We are excited for you, excited for the team, and for everything that can and will happen in the next days coming. So safe travels to you. Be good health. Well, be healthy, safe health.
Absolutely.
I don't know what it is.
All of the above.
Yeah.
Let's get back in one piece, homie. Let's get back.
Yeah.
No disrespect meant to anybody who's ever coached the Olympic team, but there is no question that this particular Olympic team is in the absolute positively right hands.
Mm-hmm. So thank you so much for everyone's time. You know, we hope you laughed as hard as we did throughout the episode. And if not, go ahead and watch it again and it'll be funnier the second time, I promise. So without further ado, have a great night and we'll see you soon. Thanks, everyone.
Peace.
When the lights come on, the road just get to running. When the mics come on, opponents mess the plumbing. Heard you like it warm, hot, knife the butter. Truth hit them hard, knock them off that rebuttal. Tsunami, tidal wave to your puddle. Tough love, punch you in the arms, little brothers. Athletics, LLC, there's no others. Track and field's pacing with pill to go further. Hey, Wally, Coyote, it's road runners. Feels like you know us, you've been with us the whole summer. If not for this quarantine, these four corners wouldn't be here, but we here, so start learning. You gotta earn your stripes, gotta get your scars. Show you how to fight, but show us who you are. You lack experience, but still you wanna talk. And who is actually talking to? Your circle's kinda small. Heads prevail when the backbone's strong. Gotta keep it coming, no, it won't last long. Pass and fail, then sell the sad song. And if you don't check yourself, then that's wrong. Just trying to give you the real that you asked for. So why you keep cutting us off to ask more? We put it in slow-mo, but you fast forward. Athletics, LLC, the task force.